Monkey, where am I?
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. In the last episode, I showed you how dashcam footage can reveal way more than you might think. Of course, the robots that run this place decided that that video was way too dangerous to show anybody, so they kind of buried it, and most of you probably haven't seen it. Man, that's stupid. Unless, of course, you happen to be watching over here, in which case everything was just fine. Just saying. In any event, I figured we would try this again today with a location that seemed a bit safer. One of my favorite types of locations for these videos, a parking lot. It wasn't too difficult to find this place, but confirming the exact location ended up being surprisingly tricky. Check out the video.
Jose Monkey, where am I?
So what can we see? As this person asks to be found, we can see that there's a building behind them, and my initial thought was that it might be a school. We can also see that they're standing very close to this tree and also this trash can. We can see some flagpoles here, but unfortunately there's not much wind, so we can't really see the flags very well. I was pretty sure that this was an American flag though, so I knew I should be looking in the US. As I start turning the camera, we can see that this is a fairly large parking lot. We can also see that there's a large storage tank here, probably for water. I noticed that there's a fenced-in area of some sort here, but I didn't really know what that was. And as I keep turning, we can see that this place is fairly close to a rather busy highway. Across the highway, we can see that there are several trucks parked there. And then right at the end of the video, the person turns the camera back the other way, and we briefly get a glimpse of this license plate on this car. And that appears to be a Minnesota license plate. Okay, now like I said, I initially thought this might be a school, but a few things made me think that that wasn't true. The proximity to the highway and the large number of trucks that we see parked nearby gave me the sense that this might be like a rest area or travel stop. Also, as I looked more closely at this building, I would swear that there were a couple frames here where I could see a lighted sign inside the building, and I thought the sign might be for a Dunkin'. Yo, they got Dunkin' in schools now? Yeah, probably not, so I don't think this is a school. It's very likely a travel stop near an interstate. But where? Now, the Minnesota license plate suggests that this could be Minnesota. Nah, too easy, bro. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Even though I don't think this person intended to show us the Minnesota plate, I was thinking that if they're at a rest stop, they're very likely traveling. I also don't know for sure whether or not that's their car. They're standing very close to it, so I figured it probably was, but it could just be some other car that happens to be parked here. Anyway, even if it's not their car, we do have a car from Minnesota here, which tells us that it's probably within some kind of reasonable road trip distance from Minnesota. Now, I thought I could probably look for rest areas like this near highways that also had large storage tanks nearby. But before I wrote a query to do that, I thought I might try something else. The building we see here is fairly distinctive looking, and I thought if I saw a photograph of it, I would probably recognize it. So I tried searching for images of rest stops in all of the different states that surround Minnesota. I tried Wisconsin and North Dakota and South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, but a quick search of the rest stops in those states didn't show me anything that looked right. So I tried casting a somewhat wider net to look at states beyond that, realizing that that car from Minnesota could be very far from home and I might be in for a very long search. But just as I was starting to worry about that, I did a search for rest stops in Ohio. And when I did, I saw this place, and I instantly knew. Guys, that was it. You were here in Manaway, Ohio. Now, confirming this location seemed like it'd be very easy at first, but there was an unexpected twist. Like many rest stops, there are actually two of these, one on either side of the highway. In this case, the two rest stops are on the north and south sides of Interstate 80, and both the buildings and the parking lots look nearly identical. So how was I going to figure out which one they were at? Fortunately, that storage tank that we saw in the video is the key. There's only one storage tank, and it's on the south side of the interstate, which tells me that you were on the eastbound side of I-80 at Brady's Leap Travel Plaza. And the Google Street View showed me everything, including that fenced-in area that we see in the video, which I learned is a small enclosure for dogs. All of that tells me that you were standing right over here, near this tree and trash can. Right next to where they keep the trash. Got 'em! Do you always have to make that joke? It's really mean. Oh, come on, man. They know I'm just playing. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it's one of the places I found in lightning round number 8 in Ravenna, Ohio. That's a little less than 10 miles or about 15 kilometers away from this spot. Guys, go check out the map of all the places I've found for you so far from the videos you've sent me. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.